It is, and but also, there is this other thing that's because one other thing that comes really interesting with the product mindset, I think, is so we are coming at a point where uh, the short of it is you can't say anymore neither what to do to the product team nor how to do it. The what is lost, and actually even more now because we're trying to build product that are because the digital world doesn't give you any limits on scaling. We always think about a global scale now for our customers, right? But who understand a global customer? Like, it's become too complicated. You need to actually go into personalization. It's test and learn. So you don't know what you're doing. You're just trying a lot of stuff, and you're trying to build up your narrative for who you are versus what the customer wants you to be, and it's very much a dialogue. No one can top down tell you, okay, that's what we do. No one. But the other thing is, even us, the engineer, like now we're like, the thing is, we have this big AI coming through. We have the cloud with these myriads of solutions. Like, how to do it? Even now, you give me a well-specified, A/B test I need to run now for figuring this out. We don't know anymore how to do it, right? And maybe we can do it first at small scale, very cheaply and quickly. The thing has become too complex, and now you bring the pandemics into the picture, and what was funny is one big game we had, all of us, was trying to do predictive analytics and try to do prediction about the customer, the market, etc. Now we realize that prediction are really hard to make in a pandemic time. So it's I think that's almost another division that's coming that sometimes follows the same line as non-technologists versus technologists, but it's like you have the top leadership of the company, and the top, right, and then you have the ground, but the doers, like the people who are in touch with technology and the customer, right? And how do you create? And I think actually it's just a ripple effect of, I guess it's a ripple of the internet coming into people's life, and then that produce the open source movement, that produce the agile movement. And what's happening really is there isn't one hierarchy anymore in the company. There are many, and there is a big element now which has to be bottom up, and that's also the element where what leadership do you expect from an engineer? It's like everyone has been going into OKRs in Europe these days, and I'm sure you've been exposed to that a lot. Almost it must be part of natural way of working for you now. But it's actually quite interesting that I guess the legendary story we tell people about OKR, the Intel story, and then they had this competition that was coming, but the sales team had seen it coming, and somehow the whole company, from this observation from maybe one sales guy, pivoted entirely the strategy into something super aggressive to put them back at the first place, right? But what I like in this story, it's a bottom-up OKR. Like it's someone on the ground that that shifted completely the vision of the company and the focus, right? And I think now you probably for a company again like Sky, M&S, companies that have existed for a while before the internet age, like just ask this question: when and how does one of your software engineers will completely shift the strategy of the company? Because if you don't have for this, like, it will be really hard for you to survive in this context, right? As we said, you can't tell them what to do, you can't tell them how to do it, and they are the only tool you have to engage with the market now, and partly when everything is online. So how do you gonna listen to them? How do you and what again, what leadership or what responsibility on their side, so that you get to exist, you get to keep getting better at what you do.